1 second. Stop recording video. Button.
Hey everybody, I hope y'all can be able to see me. I have a new setup. I have 3 pages of Braille that I'm going to read to y'all. So, I decided I was going to combine 2 videos in one. Because why not? So the first part is questions about blind people. I have 32 questions, and then I have things not to do or say or to blind people, not around blind people, but to blind people. I have 10 of those, and I have a note at the end that I'm going to read, so everybody get a snack, some drink. I should have got me some water first, but oh well. So, questions for blind people. I will answer these on my behalf, which means I'm going to answer them to that pertains to me, not to every blind person. So if you're blind and you have different opinions, then if you have YouTube channels, then you can either write these question down, find your own, and make a video, because I guess other people want to know the answers. Sorry if I have my hair up on, I just don't want to take it off because I have dreads. Maybe I'll show you that in another video. Okay, question 1 is, how do you read posts on social media? Well, the only social medias that I have, does YouTube count? I don't know, but I don't know if that counts. But I guess it counts because you do read questions and stuff on there. So I have Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. I was going to get Snapchat and Instagram, but I don't know how to use Snapchat, and I don't want to get Instagram because I don't know anybody on there anyway. So it's pretty easy. All of those platforms make it accessible, so it's like the buttons are like, you definitely could tell, like on a YouTube video, like how everyone else do. You go to comments and then you swipe, like for us blind people, swipe them down, we can comment on whatever. And then on Facebook, you double tap with 2 fingers to react with the post. On Twitter, I don't use it that much. I just like to get notifications on Shawn Mendes and other artists and stuff like that. Number 2 is, how do you read? Oh, that's number 1. Wait, what? Oh, number 2 is, how do you? Wait, do you dream with sight? Me personally, I don't. I wish I did. Or I feel like the reason why I don't is because I never had sight. So how would I know what looking would be like? I just know that I don't see. But the weird thing is that I don't have a cane or anything in my dream. I just know where to go. Like, it's like I have vision, but I don't. So it's like I know where I'm going and stuff like that. So number 3 is, do you understand colors and what they look like? I understand like the basic colors, like the main colors, not all of them, like macaroni orange or whatever, but like, the main colors that everyone uses. I have a color book. I match the colors with things that I felt, heard, or smelled like foods and stuff like that. That's how I know. But if I don't really know what something is, then I'll go and ask my mom, and she had the color book and she read it with me because I had the print one, they had a Braille one. So she like described some, like if I didn't know what green was, she was like, green is like the grass. Sometimes it's bright and dark. Sometimes it could be light or dark and stuff like that. And sometimes I socialize. Wait, what? Is that the right word? No. Yeah. I associate colors with emotions. Like, it's weird because I feel like if I have vision, I would know what pink is. Sometimes when I'm looking for something or I'm excited, then I think of pink. It just, I don't know, it's bright in my head. Number 4 is, how do you know where the keys are on a keyboard? Good question. Well, I had a technology teacher who taught us that. I used to be very good in it, but then when I moved to Texas, I forgot all of it because I learned it in elementary and I was doing real good. Then I know, like, I just need to keep practicing. I know where the keys are, but I'm not fast enough to be like able to work in an office job. We learned how to do it without any braille on it, and all those sighted people take those two tiny little slashes on the F and J key for granted because they don't need it. That helps us center us, but sometimes for me, like when I'm looking for it, I'm just rubbing my hand across the keyboard trying to look for it. It's kind of hard when you're doing that because it's not prominent enough for you to be able to do that. So we put like foam stickers on it to help us. What question? Oh, I basically already answered question 5. How did I learn to type? Yeah, same answer. Number 6 is, do you think people are condescending to you because of your blindness? Hold on, let me look that up because I forgot. What? Definition of condescending.
Condescending means having or showing a feeling of patronizing superiority. Do you want to hear the remaining one?
I was thinking that they're better than not by sighted people. Well, some. It's not rare. It was rare, but not anymore. Like now that I'm older and I can speak up for myself, but from other blind people because people are gonna hate. So that's what they do. That's what we do. We roast each other because we're the only people like us. There's no other, like, there are other blind people, but at my school there's literally all the blind people in Texas, most of them went to the school. So I consider like being condescending, like thinking they're better than us, thinking they're better than me, as in like they'll ask my mom if I need something instead of asking me, or assuming that I can't do something without asking me, which will be one of the things not to do or say to a blind person. What is the hardest thing about being blind? Sometimes it's kind of like the mental part of stuff sometimes, because like it's kind of rare to find someone with the same conditions you are and who can relate, because there might be other blind people out there who can relate with most things, but if you have some symptoms that other blind people around you don't have, then it could be difficult. But that's not like one of the big problems, because I have some friends with the same condition I do, and we talk about it. Like literally, I have a friend who has the same eye conditioning and same medical condition that I do. So I think she has the same eye condition I do. I don't remember. Also, I hate going out. One of the reasons is because I'm scared that I'm going to get lost and no one's going to be able to find me. And that stems from when I was in elementary. I just moved to that school, and it was like a figure 8, like the hallways were a figure 8, but square, not rounded. And so they took me somewhere and left me, and I had to figure out my way, and the O&M teacher just left me there. So I get anxious over like getting lost and not knowing where I am. It was because of her that this is the way I feel now, and this is the reason why I can't go out and get a job right now, because I feel scared. But when I go to Kansas, I'm gonna get a job down there because there'll be other people down there who can support me. My mom, she supports me, but now she know I came out and told them the reason why I felt the way I do. Another thing hardest about being blind is that not all shows and things are accessible for blind people, and I think sighted people take that for granted. Like, what show is it? I can't remember. There's this one show I want to watch called He's Expecting. It's on Netflix, and I wanted to watch it, but it's not audio described, so it's kind of hard. We do have a lot of ways that I could read books and stuff, but on the 3-4 platforms that I have, it's like I say 15 to 20% of the time that I can't find a book on any of those. And so I just have to write it down on my Polaris, and hopefully someone can help me find it. But at the School for the Blind, we put in a request and they would emboss it for us, which is like the bigger version of it's like a printer, but they print Braille. Number 8 is, can you cry with your condition? My specific condition, I can cry real, actual tears. The last time I cried was when I watched a movie. I don't remember what movie it was. It was like a month or two ago. I remember it was because of the movie. Were you born blind? I was born blind. I was born with optic nerve hypoplasia. And apparently I heard that suboptic dysplasia is the exact same thing, but it's different. I call it SOD, or the other one is ONH, so basically the same thing. I also have immunodeficiency, which is an immune system problem, which means not weaker, but I get sicker faster, easier, more than other people. So I take medicine for that. Hydrocortisone and levothyroxine. Hydrocortisone kind of makes me thirsty a lot, so I drink a lot of water. And even if I didn't take it, I know for sure that I would love it, because I started taking that when I was younger. I didn't have it, but when I got a little bit older, I started taking my medicine. That's when they started prescribing it. I also had what's it called? I had to get growth hormones because I wasn't growing as the other kids my age were. So now I'm like 5'1" or 2 or something like that. I like my height. I can reach most things around the house, so that's great. And if I can't, I improvise. Number 10 is, what is some of your favorite music? Well, you guys, there will be a video on that later on, because April's going to be over soon, and I am going to make a tradition at the end of every month. I'm going to list of all the music that I listen. So I really don't have any favorites besides that new song that Shawn Mendes came out with. I forgot what it's called. And then Charlie Puth has some songs that I've been listening to him. Light Switch. That's Hilarious. Those are my 2 favorites so far that I listen to more often. Number 11 is, what is the reason you are blind? Like I said, optic nerve hypoplasia or suboptic dysplasia. I was born with it, and it's just something that happened. In one of my other books I'm writing, it describes one of the characters as having the same condition I do. And so at the end of this video, I'm gonna get my players and look for it, and so I can use that descriptive way to describe it to you, through like how my brain works and stuff. So my optic nerve is not connected in some way or another. Number 12 is, could you fall asleep with your eyes open? I can't. It's not that I can or can't. It's just that I can't, because when my eyes are open, I don't feel like going to sleep. But if I close my eyes, and not right now, but when I'm tired, I'll close my eyes and I'll go to sleep. Number 13, people who are blind have to blink, right? Yes, we do. I do. With my condition, I do blink because my eyes do it. Most of the time I can feel them blink. There are some times where they move by themselves, and they move so slow that I can't feel them, unless I purposely put my hand up to my eye and feel them, because I'm weird like that. Number 14 is, how do you recognize people? I recognize some people by the way they smell. Some people are good at this. They can tell how people are walking. It depends on if I've been around you long enough and I know what you wear a lot, then I can tell. Like one of my teachers, when she walks around, I can hear her knee cracking, so I know who it is. My other teacher, she wears heels all the time, so I could tell who she is. And then my cousin and my mama, since they both wear like house shoes a lot, I can't tell unless like one of them is speaking. I can tell by like what they play on their phones who it might be. When I was younger, I used to tell by putting my hands on people's faces. They let me feel them. And also by voices. That's one of the main things. Sometimes it'll be awkward if I can't tell like who people's voices are. Not who their voices are, but like if I think that this is the right person, but I'm scared to say something. So I feel like a lot of blind people are like that. Because we'll feel embarrassed if we got their name wrong. So I only did that once and I was correct, and I never did it again. 15 is, can blind people do makeup? Yes. That is like a learned skill. Like, I don't know how to do makeup, but I have like the blush and the parts that go in your eyes. I forgot what it's called.
Alert. Apple ID verification. Not now. Button. Viewfinder. Stop. 16 minutes. Stop recording video. Button.
I'm doing good on time. So we can learn how to do it. I'm going to have my mom teach me how to do it. I have a palette with like a whole bunch of different, like 3 rows of 4. And then on my, I have a broad piece of paper, and I wrote, row 1 is what colors, row 2 is blah, 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 blah. So I'll go down and put the paper next to the thing, so I know, okay, top left is pink. Okay, and I'll keep going, and that's how I figure out how I want to do it. I don't know where that is, though. I have it somewhere, and it's still good. I had it for like 5 or 6 years. 16 is, do you consider yourself blind or visually impaired? I consider myself blind because I don't have any vision. I have light perception, which means I can perceive light, which means I can see light. I can see when lights are on, when lights are off. I can see sunlight and stuff. And that is what question 17 is. How do I see? If I'm sitting like where there's sun, I can see if someone puts their hand in front of my face, like, cause like it's darker or whatever. I also use echolocation to determine if I'm near a wall or person. Sometimes I don't have to talk to know if something's in front of me because I'm close enough, but sometimes it's kind of hard. 18 is, how much can you see? That question's already answered. That's kind of a similar question. I'm going to skip. 19 is, what do you wear? Why do you wear glasses if you are blind?
YouTube. Now. Reddit Incorporated. Viewfinder. Image.
Sorry.
Double tap and hold to adjust exposure.
Some blind people like to wear sunglasses because the sun is bright in our eyes. I used to wear them a lot younger because it would get in my eyes and it would hurt. It would like hurt my eyes, especially if I'm like in a dark building and then you go out and like boom, like straight in your face, like ah. Some people wear it because they don't want other sighted people to see their eyes moving and like look at them and stuff. Some blind people get bullied at public schools. Number 20 is, do you use a cane, guide dog, or both? I use my cane. Number 21 is, how do you use technology like a smartphone? I use voiceover. My friend Millie has videos. She started to do videos on technology and stuff. So I don't know if she's gonna continue. If she doesn't, then I'll start doing it because I don't want people who's watching both of us watching the same video. Number 22 is, what is your advice to someone who is blind or just lost their sight? I would say, people might think I'm wrong for saying this, but I would say get counseling because it's better to get things out get things out in the open than bottling it up. And also, you're not alone. There's always going to be someone out there with, maybe if it's a rare condition, there's going to be someone out there, someone who has the same condition as you. There's a lot of Facebook groups that I heard from my cousin who are blind. I'm in a Facebook group of Harry Potter people, and like I think 50% of us are blind, so that's great. Another advice is there's always going to be a program out there for you to go to that can help you conquer your blindness, which means is what I mean by that is like get used to it and learn how to live with it. And blindness is not the end of the world. Number 23 is how do you do household chores? I literally taught myself how to sweep the other day, and I don't know how I would learn how to show somebody else how to do that, but I know how to sweep, I know how to mop. They teach us at the school for the blind. I know how to vacuum, wash dishes. We have a dishwasher. I don't know how to use it because it's not accessible for me yet. So yeah. If I don't know if I got something up, then I'll ask somebody. 24 is how do you do your hair as a blind person? Well, long time ago, my Nana taught me how to braid. She sat me down and she grabbed my hand and we did hand over hand and she taught me how. And I got good enough that I could French braid and do all different kinds of hairstyles just by experimenting on mannequins that I had growing up. Later I'll bring in one that I made randomly. I think I should have fixed it up and did something different to it. But I made up a random hairstyle. I just braided it and stuff. So, number 25 is how do you match your clothing? Me personally, I just pick out something and I hope it matches. Most of the time it does, because I have like mostly blue and black jeans, so that can go with any type of shirt. 26 is, also most of my clothes is Nike, so that's good too. 26 is where is a good thing? What is a good thing a person with sight should know if they want to help a blind person? Something I want to say here and say later also is if you want to help us, ask us if we need help before grabbing onto us, because sometimes that scares me and I get anxious because I don't know who you are and just grabbing on me and pulling me and yanking me different directions and stuff. Also, don't stare, because some of us can feel when you stare and it makes us feel uncomfortable. 27 is how do you get around at home? Well, when we first moved into this house, not this house, but a house like almost 8-9 years ago, it had a swimming pool. Something happened and we ended up moving out and moving to this house. The thing is, this house is exactly the same way. Everything's the same. We lived in the house for 2 years. The thing is that at the end of the hallway, so there's like a hallway, and you know how like there's doors on the left and right side of the hallway. Well, at the end of the hallway, there was a blank wall there. Now there's a closet there. That closet used to be between two of the bedrooms. So it's just like literally moved past one bedroom between the hallway, at the end of the wall now. That's the only difference. Oh, and we don't have the swimming pool. So basically everything is the same. How do you feel when people are staring at you? When you're being stared at? In my head, I'm like, why are you staring at me? Like, what are you doing? But I don't get stared at that
Alert.
much.
Apple ID verification. Enter the password for Jordan. Settings. Not now. Button.
My mom, my cousin
Camera.
makes sure,
Viewfinder. Image.
tells them to stop staring at me and stuff. So that's okay. I just don't like it. This is basically the same thing. How do you know who people are? I already answered that. Number 30 is dating hard while being blind? For me, it is, because when I was at the school for the blind, well, it kind of wasn't, because we knew each other and we are all blind, so like we dated each other. We don't go by looks. We're like the only people in the world who don't go by looks. We go by personality and stuff. The only thing that is with me is that I always date people who are taller than me. I just have a thing with not dating people who are shorter than me, because I'm already short anyway. So I tried using different dating apps. Some of them were successful, some of them aren't. So it really just depends. Are there dating apps for blind people? Yep, there are dating apps for blind people. Hinge, that's a good one. I like that one. There's another one, but I can't remember what it's called. Just search up blind dating apps on the App Store. How do you cook? Well, our stove, oven, well, our oven isn't, but our stove, oh no, it's not. The things, well, usually our stove and oven has tactile bumps on it, so we know what things are, like how to turn things on and stuff. We have braille measuring cups and spoons. We have spatulas. We have special knives so we don't cut ourselves. We use knives like everyone else, but I like to use the one with a little knife guard thing so I don't actually cut myself. Most of us basically most of the time go on recipes. So we braille it out and use that. So it's easy. And once you get good at that recipe, then you can do it without using it. And you can change it how you want. Now, let me see.
Stop recording video. Viewfinder. Stop. 26 minutes. 30 seconds. Viewfinder. Image.
Okay. Now we're going to go to things not to do to blind people. Things not to do to or around do for blind people. Don't grab on to me. I will ask you who you are. You might get I might get scared because I don't know who you are. Yeah, I already talked about that, so I'm gonna skip. Number 2 is please teach your children not to point or describe how weird we look. It's not nice and it will or might hurt our feelings. Plus, anyway, you shouldn't be teaching your kids. You should be teaching your kids not to stare and point. That's rude. Number 3 is don't get mad if we aren't excited about what you say to us. Posture is a learned behavior. Most of us never grew up looking at family that know what is or isn't right to do with our eyes. Some of us can't control our eyes. Sometimes if I focus, I can make my eyes do some things like this. I don't know what I'm doing, but I know how to do that. Please be nice. We don't mean to roll our eyes at you. Sorry about that. Number 4 is if you see us out and about, ask us the questions. It gets on my nerves. I'm a human also, and I can speak for myself. Number 5 is we can hear when you talk about the way we look or whatever else you might be doing. Number 6, I don't like being petted on the head like I'm stupid or incompetent. Number 7 is our blindness doesn't define who we are. Number 8, if we need help, we'll ask. Number 9, please don't call me disabled. I have legs and I know how to use them. Number 10, don't try and tell me if I can't do something. You do not know me. Tell me what it is and I will decide if I would like to attempt it. The note is that I have for you is this video is not to come off as rude or making blind people more glamorized. We all deserve respect no matter what the condition we have. Have a great day. So I thought that was kind of nice. So I'm gonna open my Polaris and I'm gonna search for it, so it might take a second. I hope this video really helped you to understand blind people, and mostly me at this point, because I'm not gonna assume that this is how other blind people work, but I just wanted to get that out there. What? Oh, that's, this description, where is it? How does, what should I be looking for? No. Okay, here's the example. The brain is like a place you want to go. The optic nerve is like the road to get there. So the eye is like a parent telling you to go to the store to get something. But the optic nerve or the road has been blocked off. So you would take a detour, but you can't. So you are still, and there isn't perception. So it's blocked off. And you can see shadows, but not the shapes of them. So that's basically the description of how my eye condition works. So since there isn't another way for my brain to recognize how to get vision another way instead of the optic nerve, then I can't see. That's how that works. So thanks for watching. Please
Stop recording video.
subscribe
Button.
and come up with more videos. Peace.